Tab. Do you remember the sound of your mom popping open a can of Tab? It had that distinctive pink can, and for a generation, it was the original diet soda. Introduced by Coca-Cola way back in 1963, it was marketed heavily towards women who were looking to stay slim. It had a unique, slightly metallic aftertaste that you either loved or hated. For a long time, Tab wasn't just a drink. It was a symbol of sophistication and calorie consciousness in a world before its biggest rival arrived. The queen of Diet Colas, right up until Diet Coke showed up and dethroned her. New Coke. This one is a legend. In 1985, Coca-Cola made what is now considered one of the biggest marketing blunders of all time. They changed their nearly 100-year-old formula and launched New Coke. The backlash was swift and ferocious. People didn't just dislike the new taste, they felt betrayed. It was a national crisis. After just 79 days of chaos, Coca-Cola waved the white flag and brought back the original formula, now triumphantly rebranded as Coca-Cola Classic. The marketing disaster so huge, it actually made people love the original product even more. Crystal Pepsi. In the early 1990s, there was a strange and powerful fad. Everything had to be clear. The thinking was that clear meant pure and healthy. So in 1992, Pepsi gave us Crystal Pepsi, a completely clear, caffeine-free version of their famous cola. The hype was enormous. It was one of the most anticipated product launches ever. But after the initial curiosity wore off, people realized something important. It was a clear liquid that, well, tasted like Pepsi, and for some reason, that just felt wrong. The soda that taught us a valuable lesson. We want our colas to be brown, thank you very much. We've talked about the giants, but the story gets even weirder from here. Stick around, because we're about to get into the soda that was so confusing, it had to be pulled from shelves in less than a year. OK Soda. In 1993, Coca-Cola tried to capture the moody, cynical spirit of Generation X with a new product called OK Soda. The marketing was strange and minimalist, with slogans like, "Things are going to be okay." The cans featured stark, depressing-looking artwork. The whole vibe was intentionally underwhelming. The problem? The soda itself tasted just okay. It was a fruity, less carbonated cola that nobody really asked for. It turned out that even cynical teenagers didn't want a soda that tasted as mediocre as they felt. The official soda of shrugging your shoulders and saying, it's all right. Jolt Cola. Before the era of giant monster energy drinks, there was Jolt Cola. Launched in 1985, its slogan was legendary and unapologetic. All the sugar and twice the caffeine. This wasn't a drink, it was a mission statement. It quickly became the unofficial fuel for college students, pulling all-nighters and the first generation of computer programmers. It was rebellion in a can. While other sodas were talking about taste, Jolt was promising pure, unadulterated energy. It was less a beverage and more a personality shift in a can. Mr. Pibb. Sometimes you don't have to be the best, you just have to be there. Mr. Pibb was introduced by Coca-Cola in the 1970s as a direct competitor to Dr. Pepper. It had a similar spicy cherry flavor, but it was always seen as the other guy. It never quite had the same mysterious, unique taste as Dr. Pepper. In 2001, it was reformulated and rebranded as Pibb Extra. So while the original Mr. Pibb is gone, its spicy spirit lives on. The eternal runner-up in the weird spicy soda race. Like cola. In 1982, the 7-Up company decided to jump into the caffeine-free cola market with a product called Like Cola. It was packaged in red and blue cans with cool-looking shooting stars. But there was a problem. It was a cola made by the Cola company, and it had a hard time getting distribution in stores. It was a good idea that just got lost in the shuffle of the larger cola wars. It was discontinued just a few years later. A good idea that just didn't get the shelf space it needed to survive. Bubble Up. Bubble Up was one of the original lemon-lime sodas, introduced way back in the 1920s. For decades, it was a legitimate competitor to 7-Up. Its slogan was, "A kiss of lemon, a kiss of lime." It had a loyal following for years. A classic, refreshing taste. But as the bigger soda brands grew and consolidated their power in the 70s and 80s, Bubble Up found itself struggling to compete. While you can still find it in some niche markets today, the classic brand we grew up with is mostly a memory. The original lemon-lime soda that got squeezed out by the competition. Upper 10. Upper 10 was another lemon-lime soda, introduced in the 1930s, but it was marketed as a more premium brand. The name was supposedly inspired by the upper 10 wealthiest families in the United States. It was even endorsed by celebrities of the time, including Elvis Presley. It was particularly popular in the southern part of the United States, but like so many others, it just couldn't keep up with the marketing power of the giants, and it was discontinued in the 1970s. The fancy high-class lemon-lime soda that eventually went out of style. New York Seltzer. This one is a true 80s icon. New York Seltzer wasn't a cola. It was a lightly sweetened, carbonated water that came in those beautiful, old-fashioned glass bottles with the foam labels. It had no artificial ingredients and a clean, crisp taste. It felt more sophisticated than a regular soda. Flavors like raspberry and black cherry were incredibly popular. The brand was huge in the 80s and early 90s, but then it completely disappeared. The good news? After years of demand from nostalgic fans, it actually made a comeback, and you can find it in some stores today. The one that proved sometimes a good memory is powerful enough to bring a brand back from the dead. And that's our list. So many brands, so many memories. It's amazing how the simple taste of a soda can take you right back to your childhood. What's the one forgotten soda that brings back a special memory for you? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this trip down a very bubbly memory lane, please give it a like and subscribe for more.